the assistive tech has kind of been a passion of mine because he is living independently with the help of assistive tech and some remote supports, and he's very happy living with two other individuals that are disabled as well and have jobs and are working. So that's kind of how every time something around assistive tech comes up, I jump on it right away and like try to get involved in it as much as I can. So the Assistive Tech Lending Library, like I said, is located here at Independence Way, the Liberty Tree Mall. And assistive tech, I mean, most of you are probably kind of familiar, it wouldn't be on here, but assistive tech can really mean anything. So it can mean things like, you know, small things like a spoon that helps you eat, or a pen that helps you write, all the way up to very complicated communication devices or wheelchairs, or so it can be anything that kind of makes life, I always say kind of an easier way, is just makes life easier for the person with a disability, helps them either modify or be successful with what they're working on. So that's kind of assistive tech. And these are some examples that I have of assistive tech. So, you know, you can kind of see if the kids are younger, a trap chair, we would have, that would be assistive tech. The AFOs might be assistive tech, apps on your iPhone. So things that we regularly have around us can be considered assistive technology. So that's part of the problem, is defining it. So if you're in a school district, you know, they're thinking of assistive tech as a Chromebook. And if you're out in a residential setting, they're thinking of assistive tech as a wheelchair. So just kind of getting everyone's head around what assistive tech is. And it's really kind of anything that can help a person with a disability. So these are some examples. So my son, Brian, like I said, he lives in an apartment on his own. And so we started by making the home smart, kind of, that was the first step. So, and that was just putting in a Google Home or an Alexa or one of those devices. So he uses Google, and he has a Google Home, which controls his blinds, his air conditioning, his lights, his microwave, just about anything that you can think of. And it makes it much easier. He uses voice command for everything since he has bad fine motor and low vision. So these are just simple examples of making it possible to live there and decrease your staffing by using assistive tech. These are some examples of things he has in his bathroom. So he has that grab bar, that exact grab bar, so he could put the toilet paper on and off, and it wasn't always up behind the toilet, falling into the toilet seat. He also has a Toto toilet that has a bidet on it with a remote control. And the problem that we were trying to solve there was they were constantly, there was 3 young men living in the apartment. Now it's 2 young men and a woman, but they still were using way too much toilet paper, clogging it up. One of them has very bad gross motor skills. So we're having a lot of issues with that. And the bidet has helped a bit for that. This is the shower control that they have in their shower. It's a U by Moen control. And what it is, they have an app on their phone and they can set the temperature of the shower now. So instead of staff having to go in there, turn on the water, check to make sure it's right, you know, because, I mean, he's 26 years old. They don't want somebody hanging out in there while they're getting undressed and get into the shower. So this actually helped. They could set the shower from their bedrooms. And when the shower hits 100 degrees, it'll let them know. They all can have their own temperature control. So if Charlie likes 102, his is 102. If Brian likes 99, his is 99. So it's a pretty user-friendly app that sets the temperature, and they can't burn themselves or go into a scalding hot shower. So that was kind of one of the things that was very helpful. And also they can see the temperature on there. They can also play music on it. I'm not sure they do, but they can. So that's kind of my section of the assistive tech, and kind of what in real life, what it's been used for in just making someone's life a little bit easier. So the main thing before I turn it over to Jeff that I kind of tell either parents or professionals is, when using assistive tech, I mean, the main thing is finding out what's the issue that you want to solve, so that you're not just putting assistive tech into a home or into someone's life that is not going to be used. So what is the issue that you're trying to solve? So for the example was the toilet was clogging. So that was the issue we were trying to solve. Or you can't get onto Zoom, so you need a voice command for that, so that you can join your class. So those are things to kind of think about. Basically, though, the premise of it is that you can come in and try any device out, anything you can think of. We have apps, we have everything, you know, from little to big, that you can have an individual try out, make sure it works, They can borrow it for, 2 to 4 weeks. And if it seems like it's going to work for them, then we can help them find a way to buy it.
Thanks again for presenting, and thanks to all of you for attending today. So have a great day.